So good to see you all. Red's in the building. What's up, Red? So good to see you, beloved. So good to see you all. Again, do me a favor and share the live to your stories real quick. Let's get the lights up so that we can get the medicine out. What's up, Queen? Deja's in the building. Let's go. Nicole is in the building. Let me miss it. Noez is in the building. What's up, Ty? D's in the building. What's up? What's up, D? Hugo's in the building. That part right there, Brit Pack, that part right there. How powerful are you ready to be? That's the $1 billion question. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. You said I changed your life. Hey, pin that up there for me real quick, Tara. Somebody said something about Coach, you changed my life. Pin that up there. I couldn't read what all they were saying. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, my brother. That part right there. That part right there. That makes my whole year right there. If I don't do anything else for the rest of my life, that will, I'm gonna screenshot that later. That'll stay with me forever. that'll stay with me forever. Yeah, you said that part. Mindset is everything, my brother. Mindset is most definitely everything. What's up, Angela? So good to see you. So good to see you all. Again, do me a favor, you guys, get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out. What's up, Leticia? So good to see you, beloved. Jazz is in the building. So good to see you, love. So good to see you all. So good to see you all again. Share the live to your stories real quick if you haven't already done so. Got my Ava in the building. What's up, Trisha? Tree is in the building. Neffy is in the building. That part right there, all is well. What's up, Brianna? All is well, all is well, all is well. Everything is in a mess. And all is well. That's a beautiful thing. What a beautiful place to live. What's up, Star? So good to see you all. So good to see you all. Bianca's in the building. What's up, Bianca? Cat lovers in the building. Ooh, you said something right there. You are your own solution. I love that. That should be on a t-shirt. That should be on a t-shirt and on every coffee mug in the country. What's up, Brock? So good to see you, beloved. That should be on a t-shirt and on every coffee mug in the country. You are your own solution. Stop waiting for someone to come and be for you when only you can be for yourself. Ghana's in the building. What's up, Ghana? Welcome, welcome, welcome to you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate that, Bianca. Some people are the best at being the worst versions of themselves. That's what we need to talk about. Mindset is everything. Some people are the best at being the worst versions of themselves. What does that mean? That means that you procrastinate too much. That means that you're allowing fear to dominate your life. That means that you start making excuses every time that you run into some obstacle, problem, or challenge. That means that you tolerate disrespect from other people. It means that you show up small in your own life. It means that you think your happiness and peace and love and joy exist in something external, something outside of yourself. Some people have become the best at being the worst versions of themselves. Don't let that person be you. You can't show up small to your own life. You can't be the co-pilot in your own life. You can't continue to hand the keys to your happiness to someone else. You can't continue to allow someone else to hold the steering wheel to who you are. Some people have become the best at being the worst versions of themselves. Just don't let that be you. That's all I'm saying. T-Ben said that used to be me. I get it. Monica, what's up, beloved? Jatanya's in the building. Yeah, you got better than before. So good to see you, beloved. Yeah, man, the Silver CEO. So good to see you, beloved. Yeah, you can't be the best at being the worst version of yourself. You got all these excuses in your life, all this procrastination in your life. You know, every time a challenge comes, you labeling everything as a problem. You're not self-aware. You don't know who you are. You lack emotional intelligence, but you got all of this worldly intelligence, but you lack self-knowledge. It's where all your suffering is coming from. Suffering means I don't know who I am. Suffering means I don't know what I am. Suffering means I don't know how I work. Suffering means that I don't understand pain. I don't know what the pain in my life is trying to teach me. I have no idea. So I suffer. Your suffering is not coming. The pain in your life is not the problem. The story that you create about the pain is the problem. The pain is only trying to push you in a direction away from whatever you're clinging to that's causing the pain to show up in your life to begin with. Pain comes from when you are out of alignment with the truth. Pain comes from you hanging on to things that no longer add value to you. Pain comes from you staying in situations past the expiration date. Pain comes from you giving the wrong people access to you. All that pain in your life is trying to teach you something. The billion-dollar question is, are you listening? Or are you too busy running from it? Or are you too busy clinging to the very thing that's causing the pain to show up in your life to begin with? Pain is a wake-up call. The pain in your life is trying to crack the illusion of who you think you are. Pain is a gift. Best gift you've ever been given. I can make the argument one of the best gifts you've ever been given. I don't give a damn about that coach bag. The best gift you've ever been given is the pain that's in your life. Because the pain in your life is trying to let you know something in your life isn't working. You're not living out of your truth. You're not living from your authenticity. That's what the pain is letting you know. Something in your life is false. Anytime that pain shows up, it's because something in your life is false. Pain is your body's way of communicating to you. Pain is your body's voice. It's the only way your body knows how to communicate to you. You're going to experience pain. Pain in your life is that you know something. Wait, something here isn't working. Some of you guys have mastered the ability to live with the pain. The pain is not your roommate. It's not designed for you to live with it. It's designed for you to learn from it. That's it. Pain is your body's voice. You got to listen to it immediately. As soon as it starts talking, you need to remove yourself from the crowd, turn the phone off, and go listen to what it's trying to teach you. Because it's letting you know that something in your life isn't real. There's some illusions in your life. There's some falsehoods in your life. You're not living out of your authenticity. You're showing up small. You're shrinking in the moment. You're tolerating things that you shouldn't be tolerating. You're out of alignment with your highest and best self. Anytime that pain shows up in your life, it's coming to give you a master class. Only thing it needs you to do is be the student. You cannot become the greatest version of your limited self because you choose to ignore the pain. You got to understand, pain doesn't give a damn about your relationships. It doesn't care about your relationship. You care about the relationship. Your ego cares about the relationship. The pain doesn't care about the relationship. Chances are the pain is trying to move you away from some relationship that you have, even if it's the relationship you have with yourself. Maybe it's the relationship that you have with yourself that isn't powerful. And that's why the pain is coming in your life. Maybe you're procrastinating too much. That's why the pain is showing up. You're not living out of your purpose. That's why the pain is showing up. You're out of alignment with the truth. That's why the pain is showing up. It's showing up for a reason. What's up, Rocco? So good to see you, my brother. That part right there, Jazz, pain is an indicator. Pain is beautiful. It's the best thing in the world. It's better than all them Coach bags you got in your closet. Better than all the Chanel bags. Better than everything you've ever purchased. See, the problem is that you don't understand. The problem is that when you don't understand the purpose of pain, when you don't understand pain's purpose in your life, you're gonna suffer. We run from the very thing that adds the most value to us. You running from the pain, you should be running toward it because it's trying to teach you something. That's the only reason why it's in your life. When you're in alignment with God, when you're in alignment with truth, when you live it out from your authenticity, when you're operating from your highest and best self, there's no pain in your life. If there's pain in your life, it's because something is wrong, not because something is right. Maybe that job has hit its expiration date and it's time for you to go. Maybe that relationship has hit its expiration date. It's time for you to go. Maybe that friendship, you transcended that already. It's time for you to grow. Maybe you're not living out of your purpose yet. It's time for you to go. There's something that's happening that you're not doing. That's why the pain comes. Your friends don't know that. Only the pain does. Your significant other doesn't know that. Only the pain does. So none of those, you stop listening to those people. See, that's how you become the greatest version of your limited self, because you listen to other people. Your job is not to listen to other people. Your job is to listen to the pain, because the pain is your compass. It's always trying to push you in the direction that you should be going. It comes to shatter the illusion. It comes to shatter your fantasies. It comes to shatter the story that you've been telling yourself about this person that you think you're in love with that's out of alignment with the truth. Pain reads the energy. It doesn't read your feelings. It doesn't read your emotions. It reads the energy of the situation. Pain is its own form of intelligence. Just like love. Love is its own form of intelligence. Coach, love is blind. False. Please don't ever say that out loud. Whatever you do, and I don't care what you do for the rest of your life, don't ever say that out loud, that love is blind. Love is the most clear-sighted thing in the world. What's blind is your attachments. What's blind is when you start clinging to things. What keeps you blind is when you don't know who you are. What keeps you blind is when you show up small to your relationships. What keeps you blind is when you think someone else is responsible for your happiness. All of that keeps you blind, not love. Love is the most clear-sighted thing in the world. And the most beautiful thing about it is you know when you're receiving it and you know when you're not. And the moment that you stop receiving is when you start creating stories for that person's behavior, and they're just having a bad day, and things are going to change, and life is hard. Oh, man, get out of here with all of that. Every single person in your life knows exactly how they treat you. Stop making excuses for people's behavior that claim to love you. Because I don't know a brand of love that's off and on. Manipulation is off and on. Somebody pretending is off and on, but love is not off and on. So you got all of these off and on people in your life, all these lukewarm people. You love me today, you don't love me tomorrow. You show up for me today, you don't show up for me tomorrow. You support me today, you don't support me tomorrow. You're affectionate with me today, tomorrow you act like you don't see me. Get all of them sometimey ass people out of your life. Start there. It's a good place to start. So the first thing I had to do is get rid of all the sometimey ass people out of my life. I'd get rid of them quick. You off today, you on tomorrow. You show up today, you don't tomorrow. You this today, you go, get all of that. Get out of that, get all of that out of your life. The most consistent thing in your life is God. Won't you let that be the blueprint? I said the most consistent thing in your life is not your relationship, it's not your friends, it's not your kids, it's not your partners, it's not your family. The most consistent thing in your life is God. Won't you let that be the blueprint? Won't the love that you receive, let it be the blueprint from the love that you receive from him. All that respect that he places on your life, all of that belief that he places on that life, on your life, all of that potential that he sees in you, all of the love that he pours into you. Won't you let that be your blueprint? Won't you stop getting your blueprint from things outside of you and start getting your blueprint from him? Because he's the most consistent thing in your life. And the day that you only allow people to have access to you, that treat you the way that he does, your whole life gonna change. Whole life changed. The only people in my life that I allow to have access to me, that is people that rock with me the way he rocks with me. If you don't rock with me the way well, how am I gonna give you access to me if you don't rock with me the way he rocks with me? I'm the fool. I'm the fool, not the person, just me. That part right there, Cash. I'm telling you, he's a blueprint. We got it all wrong. We got it all wrong. You get your blueprint from a book, from somebody who don't know who they are as of yet. It's he's the blueprint. He's the standard. And just in case you wonder, well, Coach, are there people out there like that? Yeah, there are people out there like that, but you ain't gonna never find them if you keep holding on to the people that don't place value on you. How you gonna make space for your life if you keep holding on to the old life? You ain't gonna never find them people because you're too busy hanging on to the people that give you less, hanging on to the people that don't show up for you, hanging on to the people that don't love you. You got to give all of those things to yourself first. See, that's where the game starts. I had to give it to me first. I can't ask you to give me something that I'm not willing to give myself first. Give all of those things to yourself. And then every person that comes into your life is going to be an energetic match to that. You got to stop asking people for things that you're not willing to give yourself. That's where we get it wrong. That's where we get hurt. Do me a favor real quick, you guys. Let's get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out. Do me a favor and share the live to your stories real quick. That part right there, do me a favor, share the live to your stories real quick if you could. I would appreciate that. I give me 5-star everything. I can't even knock you. First, I got to give me 5-star everything. And let me tell you why that's important. Because how you gonna know what 5-star love looks like if you don't give it to yourself first? Think about what I'm saying, and you're talking to you with a straight face. How are you gonna know what 5-star love looks like if you don't give it to yourself first? How you gonna know? How are you gonna know what 5-star respect looks like if you don't give it to yourself first? How you gonna know what it looks like? And once you know what it looks like, then that becomes the standard. And every single person has to now match your standard. I'm going to learn how to treat you from you. You don't want me to apply my blueprint to who I think you are because I'm going to come up short. So my standard has to come from you, but that's the problem. We don't have standards in place. We don't have standards in place. We start allowing people to treat us how they see us, treat us how they see fit. They call those things toxic relationships. That's how relationships become toxic, because you allow this person to treat you the way they want to treat you versus the way that you deserve to be treated. Right there. All of the problems right there. I don't give a damn how long you've been married. It doesn't matter the length of time that you've been married. What matters is, have you been happy? Are you fulfilled? Is that person giving you what you want, need, and desire? That's what matters. I don't give a damn if you've been married for 5 minutes. At least I've been married for 5 minutes, and this person is giving me everything I wanted and needed within them 5 minutes. You sit here, oh, I've been married for 30 years, but you've been unhappy for 29 of them. See, you ain't saying nothing. I would stop hollering that. How long you been married if you ain't happy? Because it doesn't matter the length of time. What matters is that what is that person being for you? Come on, Valerie, we got to let them know, beloved. I've been married for 20 years. Yeah, but for 19 of them, you've been miserable. Come on, Ozzy. Truth is knocking at the door. That part right there, Red, time doesn't matter. People think that means something. I've been married I've been in a relationship. Don't say that out loud. Because see, that creates the illusion that you got some formula, right? That creates the illusion that you got some secret. Oh, you made it for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Yeah, but you've been unhappy the majority of them. That's what people will tell you. When you see old people and they be like, oh, we've been together for 50 years. 49 of them, we can discount right now. We can just knock the whole 49 off right now. I coach people like this every day. It makes me wonder, I'm like, why are you in the marriage? Why are you in it? Y'all don't really like each other for real. There's no love in the relationship. You guys don't show up for each other. You sleep in separate rooms. What's keeping you there? I'm just curious now. Fear is keeping you there. Because you've been so played and so manipulated in the relationship that you didn't lost all sight of your worth. You lost all sight of your value. You no longer place value on yourself. And what's mind blowing is the people that I coach that are in this position are actually kicking ass out in the world. They CEOs and doctors and lawyers and some of the most powerful people get home and become a shell of themselves. I'm like, why you don't bring that lawyer home with you? Why you don't bring that doctor version of you home with you? Why are you only powerful when you out in the world, but then you become weak when you get home? Where'd all that power go? That's what's mind blowing to me. Where'd all that power go? How are you out here kicking ass in the world, but you get home and become a shell of yourself? I'm telling you, some of the most powerful people that you would think got to go get home and just be so weak. You telling everybody what to do at work, but you can't tell your partner what to do at home. That doesn't make sense to me. Place all these demands on people at work. You lead whole teams at work, but then you get home and you can't lead your life. Make that make sense to me. Yeah, and then that part right there, Rick Pat, you said something, beloved. You said something. And then you're going to go home and take all your, you're going to go to work and take all your frustration out on your staff. You're going to micromanage the hell out your staff. Everything that you should be doing at home, you're going to take that on the staff, on your little employees. All your anger and all your frustration, the depression and all that, you're going to project that onto them. But you don't give your partner any of that. The person you should be giving it to, you don't. And the people that don't deserve that, you bleed on people that didn't cut you. People got to tiptoe around your emotions and tiptoe around your feelings and, be all selective about what they say and careful about what they say because you just might explode because of everything you're not willing to say at home. What you can't say controls you. What you can't say owns you. Don't ever forget that. Everything you're afraid to say, you are a slave to. Just know that. Here it is, you in a full-blown relationship. And everything that you are afraid to say in that relationship, you are a slave to. Everything that you are afraid to say to your partner owns you, controls you. I'm not asking you to change your life. I'm just asking you to think about the way you live in it. That's it. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share the live to your stories. If you could, I would appreciate it. Share the live to your stories real quick. I'd appreciate it. Share the live to your stories, please. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out. I need you guys to tap the screen. So look, I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna show up on this live and I'm gonna show out every single day. I do it Monday through Friday. I don't ever cut corners. I don't ever not show up for you guys. I'm just asking you guys to do your part. And that's tapping the screen so that we can get the likes up so that other people can benefit. Don't be selfish right now, please. Britt Pack, I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate that, family. I'm gonna do my part. I'm just asking you guys to do your part because TikTok does not push my live streams like they should. For as many people's lives have been impacted and changed all over the world, you would think they would be pushing the hell out of this, but they don't. So we got to do the work because they're not gonna do it. So the only thing I'm asking you guys, and if I can tap the screen and talk at the same time, I'll be doing it. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the people that did that. Angie, thank you, beloved. Alana, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Let's get busy getting busy. Nicole, thank you. Thank you. Mindset Masters family. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Nitro, what's up, family? So good to see you, Alana. So good to see you, beloved. I know you and Mom's are grinding right now. So good to see you. All right, let's get this live started. We ain't even started the live yet. We are 26 minutes in and we haven't even got started yet. Let's get started. Trust me, Alana, I know. She told me you guys are going at it in the best and most beautiful way. Let's go. What's up, Rika? So good to see you, beloved. All right, boom. Strap in tight. Strap in tight. If you are watching this live stream on any other platform, whether that be YouTube or LinkedIn or X, feel free to come to TikTok, which is where we are. We are streaming live from TikTok right now. It's where the party is. Tracy's in the building. Let's go, Tracy. Seatbelts on. Lana said we ready. We ready. All right, here we go. You lack emotional intelligence when you fail to recognize that someone is unhealthy for you, but you're not willing to let go of the person. I said you lack emotional intelligence when you fail to recognize that someone is unhealthy for you, but you won't let go of that person. You lack emotional intelligence when you fail to realize that you don't have the power to change anyone. Stop trying to change people. People are operating at full capacity right now. Your job is to figure out if whatever that person is bringing to your life, if that's enough for you. But don't try to change the person, because if you try to change the person, you're only changing them into what you want them to be. And the moment you try and change them into what you want them to be, they stop being what they are. So somebody's going to lose. Either you're going to be unhappy because the person didn't change into what you want them to be, or they're going to be unhappy because they're no longer operating out of their authenticity now, because now they got to be everything for you. Stop trying to change people. Accept people for who and what they are. If the person is not enough for you exactly as they are right now, that's the number one indicator that it's time for you to move on. I tell you guys this all the time. Disconnect doesn't have to equal dislike. You're not what I want, need, and desire right now, and that's okay. Now I can make space for that person that can come and be everything that I need them to be. But you can't change someone into something else because you don't like what you're getting. If you don't like what you're getting, that's the number one indicator that it's time for you to move on. It's simple. You lack emotional intelligence when you fail to realize that whatever a person is giving you is the best that you're going to get. And I'm talking about in your romantic relationship. What you are getting the best. You're getting their full potential right now. Whatever it is you receive, I'm talking about in this moment. I ain't talking about yesterday, and I'm not talking about tomorrow. Let's get out of yesterday and tomorrow. In this moment, That person is operating at full capacity in your relationship. Put yourself in park. Do you love what you're getting? Is what you're getting enough? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with what you are currently receiving? It's a simple yes or no. If the answer is no, trying to change the person into what you need them to be won't fix the problem, because the problem is not the person. The problem is you. You got to get out of the habit of accepting things that are beneath what you need. Get out of that. That's what's hurting you. If that person is a Honda Accord and you want a Rolls Royce caliber person, then go get the Rolls Royce caliber person. But don't punish the Honda Accord for not being a Rolls Royce, for not being what you need them to be. No, be patient and go and get what you need. Stop settling for less because you were too impatient to wait for better. So again, you lack emotional intelligence when you fail to realize that whatever a person is giving you, they're operating at their full potential. So don't waste your time complaining about the person. That's wasted energy. You don't need to complain about the person. Focus your attention on why you are settling for less. That's where your attention needs to be. Because that's the real problem. The real problem is, why are you settling for less right now? Let me just give it to you in a way I know you don't miss it. Let's just pretend that you were sitting in a room. It's just you and God. And he's having a conversation with you about your life. And he would have asked you, why are you settling for less? What are you going to tell him? Damn what you might tell me. What would you tell him? The person is not the problem. The person is operating at full capacity. I can't go and get Kobe beef from McDonald's. I'm in McDonald's. I'm pissed off. Y'all ain't got no Kobe beef, man. We McDonald's. We don't sell Kobe beef. You want Kobe beef, you need to go to Ruth's Chris, and you need to go somewhere else. We don't sell that. But I'm walking around McDonald's pissed off. I can't be pissed off at McDonald's because I can't get Kobe beef from them. And people are no different. You want this person to be things that they don't have the capacity to be for you. So the person is not the problem, the same way McDonald's is not the problem. I'm the problem for not having the intelligence to not take my ass to McDonald's expecting to get Kobe beef. And you got to look at the people in your life the same way. Every single person in your life is operating at full capacity. They're operating at their full potential. If they could be more for you, they would. So the problem is not the person, the problem is you. Now you got some decisions to make. I'm going to either accept McDonald's and eat McDonald's for the rest of my life, or I'm going to take my behind down there to Ruth's Chris and get me what I really want. But you can't complain about, you can't be mad at McDonald's and you can't be mad at Ruth's Chris. You got to know what you want in your life, and you got to stop settling for what you don't want. Stop settling for a life that you don't want. If you don't ever listen to me when I say that. Stop settling for a life that you don't want. And then turning around and punishing everybody around you because you're not happy with the life that you're settling for. Everything in my life is 5-star. Everything. And when I say 5-star, I'm not necessarily talking about luxury. Just everything is 5-star. I don't do 4-star anything. I don't do 3-star. If 5 stars is available, why are you settling for 2? I said, if 5 stars is available, why are you settling for 2? Yeah, the person might be only a 2-star person. I'll give you that. But there's a 5-star person out there that will give you everything you want, need, and deserve. You settling for the 2, but you punishing the person because they can't give you more than what you want. Everything in my life is 5 stars. Everything, from the dog to the plant, everything in my life. See, I only let the best of the best around me because that's a standard that I have to set for myself. If I don't set that standard for myself, I can't punish the things around me for what I settled for. Everything in my life is 5-star. I got 5-star plants, a 5-star TV, a 5-star dog, 5-star carpet, 5-star bed. Everything is 5-star because I'm a 5-star person. You can't claim to be a 5-star person, but you got all these 2-star things in your life. I'm just being real. We suffer in life because we settle for things that we don't really want. And then we turn around and we punish this person and we mad at this person. You didn't give me what I want. You didn't give me what I need. No, you settle for that. It got nothing to do with the person. We want to blame people all the time. Divine, what's up, beloved? It's so good to see you. I'm going to return your message, Divine, right up as soon as I get off this live today. I got you. See, true change can only happen when the other person has a genuine desire to grow. If the other person doesn't have a genuine desire to grow, they're not going to grow, beloved. And sometimes people will love you so much that they'll grow for you. What does that mean? They might read the book with you. They might go to church with you. They may go to the therapist with you. They may go do these things, but they're not doing that because that's what they really want to do. See, I only want people around me that genuinely want to grow. I don't want to have to push you to grow. I don't want to have to push you to read the book. I don't want to have to push you to be better. I don't want to have to push you to be any of that because now you're not doing it. Now it's going to feel like work to you. So we get on our partners like, why don't you read with me? And why don't you do this with me? Because that person doesn't want to do that. That's not the person you need. All of those things are indicators. That's not what you need. Now the person can go and then you're going to be happy, but they're going to be unhappy. Yeah, they're going to wear a smile, but that smile is pretended in that moment. That smile is masking their pain in that moment. I don't want people around me like that. That's emotional intelligence. You lack emotional intelligence when you fail to realize that potential and reality are two completely different things. I said you lack emotional intelligence when you fail to realize that potential and reality are two completely different things. Stop seeing people through their potential in romantic relationships and pay closer attention to what reality is teaching you. Reality is teaching you what's really happening. Potential is keeping you blind to reality because anytime you start seeing someone through their potential, you're ignoring the reality that's showing up right now. You are blinding yourself to the reality that's showing up right now. This is why you can't see people through their potential because the moment you start looking through the potential, what you're saying is that I'm willing to ignore what's happening now for what might potentially happen later. The same, the potential and hope are opposite ends of the same stick. You can't allow hope to be in your relationship and you can't allow potential to be in your relationship because both of those things mean that you are blinding yourself to the truth of what's happening right now. And the truth of what's happening right now is that that person is not enough of what you need. That's why you hope it. The moment you start hoping, you're hoping for something better than you have right now. Because if that weren't the case, you wouldn't be hoping. Let me tell you the most beautiful thing in the world. In my opinion, the most beautiful thing in the world. What's breaking you is also building you. That's the most beautiful thing in the world. What's breaking you is also building you. That's how God moves. And the only reason why you think it's breaking you, and I use those air quotes for a reason, the only reason why you think it's breaking you is because it's your interpretation of the situation. It's how you are interpreting the situation that's hurting you. So in your mind, it's breaking you. What's breaking you is also building you, because we live life forward, but it's better understood in reverse. That's how we move. We're moving forward, but life is better understood in reverse. But we don't learn from the reverse. So you need foresight, and you need insight, and you need hindsight, but you also need awareness. Because awareness is going to help you to understand that everything that has happened to you leading up to this moment needed to happen exactly how it happened. I get people that ask me this all the time. Coach, what would you say to the 21-year-old version of you? What would you say to the 25-year-old version of you? Nothing. I don't even want to talk to the 25-year-old version of me. I don't want to have a single conversation with the 21-year-old or the 25-year-old or the 18-year-old version of me. Now, I don't want to say a word. And let me tell you why. Because self-awareness has taught me that every single thing that has happened in my life needed to happen exactly how it happened for me to be the person I am right now. And the same thing applies to you. So if I'm going back in time, if I had the power to do so, and I'm talking to the 21-year-old version of myself, I would be giving that person some different advice. I would be telling that person, oh, move this way and move that way. I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to F the whole thing up. No, God's plan was perfect. For him to make me, there needed to be certain people in my life. For him to make me, there needed to be a certain amount of pain. For him to make me, there needed to be certain suffering. For him to make me, there needed to be some heartbreaks and some divorces and some failed relationships. All of that was important to make the person you see in front of you right now. I don't want to talk to the 21-year-old version of me because God did his thing when he made me. So ain't nothing to talk about. What would I be telling that person? Ain't nothing to talk about. Shut up and listen. That would be it. I have absolutely, God did his thing when he made me. So I don't need to talk to some younger version of me. People say that all the time because it sounds good. What would you tell the 20? I wouldn't tell them nothing. There's nothing to talk about. Everything was perfect. I'd be so terrified that I'm going to say something and that 21-year-old version of me going to make a different decision, going to turn left at the stop sign and instead of turning right. Now I've screwed it up. And I don't be this person that I am. I don't want to have a single conversation. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to pump them up. I don't want to motivate them. I don't want to tell them to keep going. I don't want to do nothing. God did his thing when he made me, and he did his thing when he made you. Leave it alone. The formula is perfect. What's hurting you is the story you attach to it. What's hurting you is the meaning you attach to your life. What's hurting you is the emotion that you attach to it. You attach to your memories. That's what's hurting you. God did his thing when he made you. If you would just let everything unfold instead of trying to predict what's going to happen tomorrow and predict who's going to be in your life and predict what's happening with your relationship and all these expectations that you place on people, that's what's hurting you. Now, the formula is perfect. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to talk to that version of me. I don't need to pump them up. I don't want to say something to them because I might say one thing and screw up the whole formula. I don't want nothing. I don't want to talk to them. If God would let me right now, he said, I can let you go back and talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. I'm going to take off running. I don't even want to say anything because I love who I've become. See, I tell you guys, you can't hate your way to a life you love. So I love everything that's happening. Now, did I love it when it was going on? No, I didn't, because I didn't understand. I wasn't self-aware at the time. That's why I'm telling you, when you become self-aware, you're going to understand that everything that happened in your life needed to happen exactly like it did for you to be who you are in this moment. If I take one thing from your past, it alters your timeline. You end up somewhere else in the world. You might be living in a totally different country right now, in a totally different relationship. Just removing one thing alters your whole timeline. If you move the nose of a plane that's headed from LA to New York, if you move the nose of that plane just by 1 degree, that plane ends up in a totally different country. Just 1 degree. Think about what I'm saying to you. Now here's a plane that's going from LA to New York, nonstop flight. I come in and I alter it by 1%. The plane ends up in a totally different country. That's only 1%. So just imagine if I was going into your life and I remove something from your past that you didn't like. It's going to change your whole timeline like the plane. That part right there, Tracy, everything had to happen exactly how it's happening. If you would just let it unfold, that's the problem. We don't let it unfold. The movie's still playing out. You in the middle of the movie. The movie is still unfolding. The hero getting ready to be born. Give the hero time to pop up on the scene. The heroes didn't pop up on the scene in my life. You got to give the hero time to pop up on the scene. It takes time for the hero to materialize. We don't want to let it unfold because we're too busy predicting the movie. Or trying at least. So again, what's breaking you is also building you. You're being built right now. You're not being broken. Nothing has the power to break you. You're being built right now. It's so important for you to understand that. Broken is coming from the story you're telling yourself about the situation. Broken is coming from the expectations that you placed on that person. Broken is coming from this person walking out of your life 5 minutes before you were ready for them to. All of that's what you call broken. Broken is coming from you thinking somebody touched you inappropriately or somebody did something to you, never realizing and understanding that the physical body is just your transportation system for spirit. Okay, nothing has ever touched you. No one has ever seen you. No one can encounter you. The only thing in this whole entire universe that has ever seen the real you is God. Not me, not your significant other, not your kids, not your friend, not your mom, not your dad. No one has ever seen the real you. The only thing that has the access to the real you is God. And when I say the real you, I'm talking about source energy. I'm talking about consciousness. I'm talking about the spirit. Man, it's human being walking that God has never given access to the real you. I said not one. You got to understand that. So when you like, oh, well, I've been hurt and I've been this and I've been that, you talking about the character. You still caught up on the character. You ain't that lets me know you haven't been working on yourself. You still caught up on the character. Yeah, you still operating from lower mind. You got higher mind and lower mind. You still operating at a lower mind. If you think somebody hurt you, then you're operating from lower mind still, which means you got some work to do. Do me a favor real quick, you guys. Share the live here stories real quick if you haven't already done so. What's up, Moni? So good to see you, beloved. Again, do me a favor and share the live to your stories, please, if you haven't already done so. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we get the medicine out. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What's up, Queen Lee? So good to see you, beloved. All right, boom. So one more time, what's breaking you is also building you, because we live life forward what we better understand in the reverse. Once you become self-aware, you're gonna look back over your life and you're gonna love everything, and you're gonna understand that all of the things that have happened needed to happen exactly how they happened for you to be who you are. And one day you're going to realize that every struggle that you're going through was designed to bring you to a deeper understanding of yourself. No wrong paths, not one. You ain't never took a wrong path in your life. There have been no wrong paths. There have been no bad decisions. There have been no mistakes. There have been no failures. The failed relationships, all necessary. The heartbreak, all necessary. The betrayal, all necessary. All of these things are so necessary to be who you are right now in this moment. God puts you through the situations first so that you can be the light for someone else. See, I didn't understand that at the time. That's why you guys are here. I'm qualifying it right now. Why do you think you're here? I'm standing on the other side of everything that I thought broke me. I'm standing on the other side of it now so that I can help you guys get to the other side of it, to understand that every story you telling yourself is out of alignment with God's story. All the pain you think you've experienced is out of alignment with God's story. Everything that you think was wrong with your life is out of alignment with God's story. You got two stories going on. You got his story and yours. What's hurting you is your story, not his. His story brings you to where I am. Right now. I promise you. And when you become this person, they can drop you off in the Amazon rainforest. You're going to be walking around with bearskin coats on. They can drop you off at the bottom of the ocean. You're going to be wearing shark skin shoes. When you become this version of yourself, they ain't going to be able to touch you. I might be too powerful. I'm going to just be honest with you. I just might be. Just might. Because I don't have fear in me. You got time for fear? Fear what? Fear is my compass. Fear is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Fear is the entry fee to the life you want. Fear is attached to everything that's valuable. The only time you experience fear is when you value something you don't value something, there ain't gonna be no fear. I'm gonna take your life. You become afraid. Why? Because you value your life. I'm gonna take your car. Why you become afraid? Because you don't want to lose the car. Everything that fear is attached to represents value. You chase fear. You don't run from it. Stop chasing people and chase your fear and watch how your life transforms. I have coffee with fear every morning. What we doing today? That's my first question I ask fear every morning. What we doing today? Yeah, this is just called. I'm just mastered life. That's all. I'm your consciousness pushed out. That's all I am. I'm you pushed out. That's all I am. That's all I am. What's up, Ellie? So good to see you, beloved. That part right there, we eat fear for breakfast. And so I live a life where there's just no fear in it because I understand. I have a healthy relationship with fear. I understand what it is. Fear is your ally. It has never been your enemy. You've been programmed to look at it as your enemy, and that's what's hurting you. It's the only thing that's hurting is how you look at it. But it's how you look at life that hurts us more than anything else. I tell you guys this all the time. Our definitions hurt us more than reality itself. Reality doesn't have the power to hurt you. Only the way you define it does. That part right there, I'm telling you, fear is the most beautiful thing in the world. I'd rather hang out with fear than a rainbow. We want to go look at some sunset. Damn, the sunset ain't going to change your life. Fear is going to change your life. Once you understand it, it'll change your whole life. So I don't want to stare at some beautiful sunset. Let me look at fear. I'd rather chase the fear than chase some sunset. And that's another thing. We talk about the fear in God. God doesn't want you to fear him. What would you fear him for? He's unconditional love. Fear is not the opposite of love. That's programming and conditioning. And I understand why you're saying that. So I'm not knocking you for saying that. But that's one of the biggest misconceptions. Everybody's always talking about the fear of God. What would you fear? He's unconditional love. Did you not know what that means? Did you not know what that means? That's the problem. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of God is the beginning. I'm a God-fearing man. What does that mean? That's programming and conditioning you talking about. Somebody programmed you to say that. Somebody programmed you to say that. When people say that, I'm a God-fearing man, I'm a God-fearing woman, that's programming and conditioning. Someone programmed you to think that way. You didn't come into the world saying that. So you picked it up along the way. God is unconditional love. Fear is nowhere in that. But if you don't know yourself, then you'll never discover him. You got to discover him within yourself first. That's the problem. You know, we borrow our definition for who we think he is from other people. You got to discover him within yourself, beloved. And let me tell you why that's important. It's because the version of him that exists in you, you won't find in any other human being in history. No person can help you discover the version of him that exists in you right now. The version of him that exists in you right now, you will never discover anywhere else on the planet. So you can follow other people all day long. They can't take you anywhere. You can follow them all day long if you want to. I promise you, it won't unlock you. Following me will not unlock you. Following your favorite pastor will not unlock you. Following your favorite church will not unlock you. If you don't find him within, you will never discover him without. When you discover him within, you'll see him everywhere you go. That's what they didn't tell you. And the reason why they didn't tell you that is so you can keep running to the church, so that you can keep running to this pastor, so that you can keep running to this person over here, because they didn't want you to know that, because that gives them power over you, because they made you believe that they are the bridge. They are the segue between God and you. That's one of the biggest lies ever told. I can make the argument that's the biggest lie ever told in the history of this planet. God lives in you. That's what Jesus was letting you know. The kingdom of God is in you. It's in you. He didn't say it's in your friend. He didn't say it's in that church. He didn't say it's in that building over there. He didn't say it's in your pastor. He said it's in you. But you don't believe that part. But you believe everything else they said. But you don't believe that part. He said it's in you. You can only discover it in you. He came to be the example, a walking example of what it looks like when you, because you wouldn't know any of it. You wouldn't know. If we didn't have an example or a blueprint, you wouldn't have known. That's why it was never about following him. It's about going deep within yourself to discover who you are. What version of him exists in you? And the reason why that's important is because your gift is unique to that. Your purpose is unique to that. What you came to do here on this planet is unique to that. There's nothing to do with other people. Get out of the group thing. Only thing you're doing is making other people more powerful. That's all you're doing. My job is to wake people up, and I let my students know every single day, you don't follow me because I can't take you anywhere, because you're already there. We got to start doing subtraction. We got to subtract your programming and conditioning. We have to subtract the stories that you keep telling yourself that you're broken. We have to subtract your ego personality. We have to subtract all that childhood trauma. There's things that we need to subtract, because what's underneath all of that is who you really are. And then we get to the spiritual awakening. That's what the spiritual awakening is. Waking up from your illusions, waking up from the fantasies, waking up from your programming and conditioning, waking up from the stories, waking up thinking that you need to follow this person over here and follow that person over there. Following other people will keep you lost. Every person that you're following is only taking you further and further away from who you truly are. So keep following them. They won't tell you the truth. I don't have a problem telling you the truth. I know people been going to church 20 years, 30 years, don't have a self-aware bone in their body, don't know who they are. The only thing they know is who the characters in the Bible are, but they know nothing about themselves. They got depression going on, anxiety going on, fear going on, unhappiness going on, but you've been going to church for 20 years. You going to church and the therapist all in the same week. Make that make sense. I'm just asking you to make it make sense. I'm not asking you to change your life. I'm just asking you to look at it through a different filter. God built me to shine a light on the BS. That's what he built me for. I'm the best in the world at that. I'm gonna shine a light on the BS. Go unlock my children and then shine a light on the BS. That's what I'm here to do. Best in the world at it. My blessings come from him. There's nothing that you can give me. Every single blessing that I receive comes from him. So I don't need anything from you. That's why I can give you full truth. Speak spirit to spirit, essence to essence, because I don't need anything from you. Everything that I need, I'm gonna get from him. I'm gonna get way more from him than anything you could ever give me. All right, let's get busy, get busy. So just remember, what's breaking you is also building you. Everything you think is breaking you, it's building you, beloved. It's building you, and I liken that to. I tell my students all the time, about um, the story about the premature butterfly. It's a powerful parable, but it really applies to uh, life. It applies to you. It applies to everything. It's the way we look at things, man, that really, really, really hurts us. Yeah, the only thing broken is the part of your mind that keeps telling yourself that you need to be fixed. And fixed is a story that you borrowed from someone else. Fixed is a story that you borrowed from someone that, you know, um, you looked at as being on some other level than you, right? And they told you you were broken. They told you that you needed to heal, and you'll hear me say that. You'll hear me say you need to heal because there is something that does need to heal. That part of that version of yourself that keeps telling yourself that you're broken, that's what needs to heal. That's what we need to expose, right? We need to expose the character. And then once we expose the character, but spirit has not been touched. Nothing broken in you. Not a single thing. Nothing. You don't need to heal. What would you be healing from? What would you be healing from? To heal means that I don't know who I am. Heal means that I don't understand how I work. I don't understand what's going on. And that's okay. If you don't understand what's going on, then you don't understand what's going on. What's hurting you right now is psychological time. And if you don't know the difference between psychological time and clock time, that's a part of your suffering as well. Clock time simply means that I need to be the disappointment at a certain time. I need to be there at 4 p.m. today or whatever the case may be. That's clock time. Clock time doesn't hurt you. What's hurting you is psychological time. Psychological time is predicated on past or future, which is a man-made concept, past or future. All of that psychological time. Your brain is trapped in psychological time. And let me tell you why it's hurting you. Because the past or the future doesn't exist. But to your mind, it does. You've been programmed and conditioned to believe in the past or the future. And what's hurting you more than anything else is belief. You don't understand. You don't understand how powerful belief is. That scares me more than the story you telling yourself that you broke it. When you don't understand how powerful, You don't understand, beloved, how powerful belief is. It doesn't matter if the thing you believe in is true. It doesn't matter if the thing you believe in is false. It does not matter. Wherever you set your belief down, that thing is going to materialize. I don't give a damn if it's true. I don't care if it's false. If you don't understand how powerful belief is, that's what's hurting you. There is no past or future. There's just the now. There's the ever unfolding present moment. There's the perpetual moment. There's the forever now. That's all we have. That's all we get. But your mind, beloved, is trapped in the future and it's trapped in the past. Your ego is creating all of that. Your ego keeps your mind racing back and forth between past or future because that's what gives your ego significance. Your ego can't exist in this moment. It can only exist in the future or it can only exist in the past. You project it onto this moment. I'll give you that, but it's not a part of the moment. And it's important for you to understand that. So if the past isn't, catch this. So if the past isn't real, and if the future isn't real, then that can only mean that the stories that you create about the future in the past aren't real either. But what's making them real is you attaching your belief to it. That's where your pain is coming from. Think about what I'm saying. Let me qualify it. Can we go to the past right now? For as powerful as you are, all that intelligence that you've acquired, can we even go to the past for 1 second right now? We can't. Can we go to the future for 1 second right now? All that brain power you have, can we take one step into the future? The answer is no. So if the past isn't real and the future isn't real, that can only mean that the stories that you create about the past and the future aren't real either, which means that your mind is trapped in psychological time. That's where all your suffering is coming from. And then you back that with belief. And belief is what creates everything. That's how powerful you are. Belief can take a sugar pill and turn it into the most powerful medicine known to mankind. I said sugar. That's how powerful you are. Belief can take sugar and turn it into the most powerful medicine known to mankind. If you don't understand that, if you don't have an appreciation for that, then I don't know what to tell you, beloved. It's not the things you do in life that hurts you. It's the belief that you put behind the things that you do. That's what hurts you. That's why God made you so powerful. That's why he gave you belief. Because belief makes everything materialize. Everything you want in life will materialize because you believe it. If you believe you're sick, you're going to get sick. If you believe that you're the baddest thing walking, you're going to be the baddest thing walking. You become what you become. You become what you're fascinated with. Anything that you become fascinated with, you become. You get that thing and that thing gets you. I'm terrified about where I set my belief down. Terrified. Because wherever I set that belief, I'm going to create the thing. You believe you're going to always be poor, you're going to always be poor. You believe you're going to be rich, you're going to be rich. You believe that you're a gift to mankind, that's what you're going to be. Because your brain has to follow belief. And your brain, that's what your reticular activating system is. It's your RAS. And your reticular activating system gets programmed because of what you believe. So then your brain's job is to start showing you everything that qualifies whatever it is you believe to be true. If you believe somebody is cheating on you, your brain will start to find evidence, even if the evidence that it finds isn't in alignment with truth. That's its job. It's going to go out hunting for you. Every move they make is going to look suspicious to you. Every time they do something on the phone, it's going to look suspicious to you. When they walk out the house a certain way, it's going to look suspicious to you. Not because belief becomes a filter that you see everything through. And you got to understand that. I'm telling you, the moment you think your partner is cheating on you, that's all you're going to see is evidence of that. Not because it's really there, because that's what you're looking for. That's why people tell you, be careful what you look for, be careful what you ask for. Yeah, that's how your reticular activating system works. The moment that you program it based upon whatever it is you believe, and it will start to show you evidence to support what you believe, even if what you believe isn't the truth. It doesn't have to be true. It just has to be true to you. Your belief is like the genie in the bottle. Whatever you place that belief on, it's going to materialize. My question to you is how did belief stop believing in itself? I need you to sit with that question. It's the only question I have for you. How did belief develop the ability to stop believing in itself? For something as powerful as belief, how did belief develop the ability to stop believing in itself? That's what doubt is. Doubt is belief that has been turned on its axis. Doubt means that I'm using my mind incorrectly. I'm believing in what I can't do. I'm believing in what I can't achieve. I'm believing in what I can't become, but I'm still believing. But it's belief that is working against me now, not for me. God gave you the belief so that it would always work for you. The belief was never designed to work against you. It's too powerful. That's what your doubt is. Your doubt is belief. That's what your lack of self-confidence is. It's a byproduct of you not believing in yourself. That's what your overthinking is. That's what your anxiety is. All of these things are belief turned on its axis. You worried now. You stressed out now. So one more time, how did belief stop believing in itself? I'm more worried about that than the stories you're telling yourself. Because we can't get anywhere once your belief is working against you. Once your mind becomes your weakness and not your weapon, we in trouble. That's what happens when you doubt in yourself and you don't have confidence in yourself and you think you're not enough. Your belief has been turned on its axis. Your mind is your weakness in that moment. It's no longer your weapon. You are a liability to yourself. You're no longer the asset. We're in trouble now. The moment I stop believing in me, that's all I got is me. That's what I have. So how did I stop believing in me? I don't have anything else. I got me and God. And if I'm not believing in me, how am I believing in him if I don't even believe in me? The belief comes from me. How did I develop the ability to believe in him, but I don't believe in myself? That doesn't even make sense. That shouldn't even make sense to you. I got all this belief in him, so I say, but I don't believe in myself. Well, how is that possible? And the belief got to come through me. So you mean the belief skipped over you and on to him, but failed to land on you? Just make it make sense. The belief got to come out your body in order to. That's like you out handing money out in the world, but you claiming you broke. Well, the money come from you. So how are you broke? How are you hollering you broke, but you just gave this person $1,000, you just gave this person $500, you gave this person over here $10,000, you gave this person over here $1,200, but you hollering you broke. But the money coming from your hands. You ain't never thought for 1 second to put something in your pocket that it never crossed your mind. So how can you say, oh, I got all this love for God, but I'm not believing in myself? That doesn't make sense. That part right there, Cash. That part right there. Do me a favor, you guys. Share the live to your stories real quick if you haven't already done so. For anyone that just joined, please share the live to your stories. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we get the medicine out. Again, share the live to your stories real quick if you haven't already done so. I would greatly appreciate it. Soleil, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Cosmic G, what's up with my brother? All right, boom. What's up, Ryan? I appreciate the gifts, you guys. I appreciate the gifts. Thank you. Thank you for that. Charcel, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Cosmic G, my brother, what's up? Boom, let's go. How many of you guys are and it's okay, right? How many of you guys either maybe you're trying to discover what your purpose is, right? Type me in the comments if you are still trying to figure it out, and that's okay if you are, right? If you're trying to figure it out, that's okay if you are. Sometimes it takes a while before you can really know, right? Sometimes it takes a little while. Empty nester, divorce 54. That's a beautiful place to be. That's a beautiful place to be. And the reason why I say that, David, so good to see you, beloved. That's a beautiful place to be because life comes with a reset button. Blow everything up. Life comes with a reset button. Blow everything up. It comes with a reset button. Blow it up. Start fresh. Start brand new. Start brand new. Let go of yesterday. Let go of what happened. Let go of what was. Let go of it. Clear your mind. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. And let me tell you why. Because your past is a reference point. That's all it is. Stop giving it more power than that. Your past is a reference point. It's just like a map, right? If you got a map, you got a real map. You're trying to get from one side of the world to the next. Okay. Well, you started over here. So you're looking, okay, this is where I started, but I'm on this side now. One more time, I started here, but I'm over here now. And that's what's important. That's what your past is. It's just a reference point. It's where you started on your map. You give it any more power than that, you're hurting yourself. When I look at my past, I look at it as a reference point. It's not a reflection of who you are. Stop scoring yourself based upon who you stop loving you and what happened in the relationship and what failed and what didn't go right. None of that is important. What's important is what we do next. What's important is what we do next. What happened is no longer important. What we do next is where all of the value is. Your next decision is where the value is. You got to detach quickly. Quarterback's mindset. I threw a fumble on the last play. Wonderful. Didn't score that touchdown. Wonderful. All data points, all information that I could gather. I learned what I shouldn't settle for. I learned what not to accept from other people. I learned what real love looks like. I learned not to show up small anymore. All of those failed relationships taught you something. It gave you endurance. It gave you wisdom. And it's bringing you to self-awareness. Every failed relationship brought you to this moment. It's a blessing. Look at it that way. That part right there, constantly, no mistakes. What mistakes? What mistakes? I don't know what a mistake is. I honestly don't. Because like I said again, everything only leads you to a deeper understanding of yourself. Everything does. That part right there, essence, that part right there, beloved, your past is a reference point. You have to look at it that way. It's no different than a map. It's just a map that lives in your mind. You got a physical map that you can hold, and then you got a map that lives in your mind. Your past is the map that lives in your mind. So it's a reference point. So what you do is that this is why self-observation is so important, because now I'm looking at my life and I'm saying, okay, I understand where I used to be on the map, right? Again, that being a metaphor for your past. I understand where I used to be on the map, and then I understand where I am now. The $1 billion question is that where am I going next? Damn, where I was. Where am I going next? We give too much energy to where we used to be. Doesn't matter where you used to be. Where are you going next? It's the only thing that matters. We sit here talking about where we used to be, and this is where we were, and I fumbled here, and this person stopped running, you wasting your life. It's only a reference point. We can't edit it. There's nothing we can do about it. The only thing we can do is focus on where we're going next. That's where all your power has to be. Where you going next? And then I'm going to transmute all of the energy from everything that didn't go right here. Oh yeah, I need to be a walking, talking billboard of everything that I'm getting ready to become. I need to be a walking, talking billboard of every single thing that I'm getting ready to become. Everything that I failed to receive in my past, everything that I failed to receive, I'm giving myself that tomorrow. Guaranteed. I said, I'm giving it to me. I'm not waiting on somebody else to give it to me. I'm not waiting on somebody else to come and give me the love. Everything that I didn't get in the past, I'm giving myself in the present. I'm giving myself in the future, period. So you didn't lose anything. You just learned who didn't deserve to have access to you. That's the only thing you lost. That part right there, CEO, run the play. Oh, I love that. We need to put that on the shirt, beloved. We need to put that on the shirt. Run the play. Damn, what happened in the last play? Run the play. This moment represents the play. Run the play. We trying to score the touchdown. You sitting here talking about the fumble from the last play. We ain't got time to talk about that. Give a damn about last play's fumble. What we doing next? We still got time to win the game. If you're breathing right now, you got time to win the game. If he woke you up this morning, you got time to run the game. Run the play. Anybody give a damn about what happened in the last play? Silver CEO, we need to put that on the t-shirt. Monica, what's up, beloved? We need to put that on the t-shirt immediately. Run the play. That means I got a right now mentality. That means I've got a lioness mentality. That means I got a great white shark mentality. Run the play. And I'm built for whatever it is that's coming. Whatever it is that's coming, I'm built for it. That's trusting God. Whatever it is, I don't give a damn what it is. Whatever it is that's coming, I'm built for it. I'm built for it. That's having maximum trust. That's having maximum faith in I'm built for it. That's what the past was for. The past prepared me for this moment. That's how you got to look at your life. The past prepared you for the moment you're standing in now. And the only reason why you won't see it that way is if you've allowed your belief to get turned on its axis. So don't blame God. Don't blame reality. Don't blame your life. Blame the way you're using your mind. That part right there, I'm built for it. We need to put that on a t-shirt. We need to have run the play on the front, not built for it on the back. Thank you so much for that, beloved. Thank you for that. Reese's Pieces, what's up, family? I'm telling you, I'm built for it on the back. Love that. I tell you guys this all the time. You cannot become the greatest version of your worst self. And you become the greatest version of your worst self by all the procrastination, focusing on the past, focusing on who walked out of your life, focused on who's no longer choosing you, focusing on who you're not loving you. You cannot become the greatest version of your worst self. You got to believe in you, even when no one else is. That's when you need to believe in yourself the most. If you only believe in yourself when other people believe in you, then you don't really believe in you. If you only love yourself when other people are loving you, then you don't really love yourself. If you only love yourself when things are going the way you need them to go in life, then you don't really love yourself. That's all conditional love. You should love yourself the most when things aren't going the way you need them to. You should love yourself the most when people walk out of your life. You should love yourself the most when people don't believe in you. That's when you love yourself. That's when you turn up the love. I'm turning up the heat on everybody. I'm rocking with me the most. The moment you walk out, I'm turning it up. The moment you stop clapping for me, I'm turning it up. I control that. I'm not enough. Not enough for who? Who are you talking about? When you say you're not enough, who are you talking about? Whose ruler are you measuring yourself by? When you say you're not enough, for who? Show me the person that's so powerful that you got to measure up to their standards. Just show me who. I'm going to just sit there and eat some popcorn and just sit there and watch you. Show me who. When you say you're not enough for who specifically? Who are you not enough for? Whose ruler are you measuring your life by? All right, let me get back to this purpose real quick. That part right there, you said I'm too much. Yeah, that's it. And I need you to add 2% to that. I'm too much. You need to turn it down. No, I ain't turned it up enough. See, that's the problem. I tell you guys this all the time. People gonna tell you to be humble. Get out of that. I don't know who started that, but people need to get out of that. I'm humble when it comes to my father. When and you ain't gonna hear me say a word. Anytime that I'm dealing with him, I'm so humble in that moment. But when I'm out in the world doing what I do, man, I gotta show up. I have to clap for me the loudest. I got to cheer for me the loudest. I've got to validate me. I can't wait to get that from you. You don't have the power to see in me what I carry. You don't have the power to see in me. So it's my job to put it on display. You don't say nothing when you go to the jewelry store and they got their best jewelry out there. You don't say anything. You don't say anything when you walk in Neiman Marcus and they got their best things on display. We don't say a word. But the moment that somebody shows up and they let their greatness be on display, all of a sudden you need to be humble. But you don't tell Neiman Marcus to be humble. You don't tell that jewelry store to be humble when they got their best stuff out there. No, you marvel at that. But the moment that a human being comes into your life and they start showing you who they really are, start showing you their greatness, all of a sudden the person needs to be humble. No, what you're really saying is, I'm intimidated by your greatness. What you're really saying is, your greatness triggers my mediocrity. Just say that. Soon as you walk in Neiman Marcus, as soon as you walk in Dillard's or some nice department store, you marvel at everything you see. But the moment somebody walks into our lives and they show us who they really are, show us their greatness, show us how they win in their life, all of a sudden you need to pipe it down. You need to be humble. Man, damn all of that. Get all them people out your life. The next time somebody tells you that you need to be humble, that's the number one sign. You need to remove that person from your life. Because when you with me, I want your greatness to be on display. I need you to turn it up. When I ask you, can you do this right here? Hell yeah, coach, I'm the best in the world at it. That's what I needed to hear. Can you train me in the gym? Hell yeah, coach, I'm the best in the world. That's what I needed to hear. Why would I want to hang out with the worst? Why would I want to hang out with a mediocre version? I might as well go get the best. If it's not you, I need to go find the best. I want the best around me. I don't want anybody that you got all that humility and you give that to God. I don't need you to give it to me. Give me your greatness, because your greatness is going to trigger mine. Your greatness has the power to bring something out of me. So I need you to tell me, coach, I'm the best reader. I'm the best at typing. I'm the best cook. I'm the best goddamn at drinking water. I'm the best at ironing clothes. I want the best around me. So don't be humble around me. I need you to tell me, coach, I'm the baddest thing moving, because I already believe you are. I don't give a damn. You the best at something. Every single person on the face of this earth is the best at something. Even if you the best at wasting your time. Even if you the best at wasting your life, you still the best at something. I'm just being honest. You the best at something. So, even if you the best at being the worst, you the best at something. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share the live to your stories real quick. Now, you need them haters. You need them haters. And the reason why, because like I said again, haters, low key, haters rock with you more than anybody else. It's people watching you right now, watching your whole life right now, pattern their life after your whole life right now, but they won't tell you that. But you inspiring people. And see, people will walk out of your life and never tell you how good you were to them. Because telling you how good you were to them would shatter the illusions and shatter the stories that they tell other people about you. See, you got to be careful with that. I'm telling you that right now. You got to be real careful with that. People will walk out of your life and never tell you how good you were to them. Never tell you the impact that you had on them. But the moment that you do something that's out of alignment with what they want, all of a sudden they got all this energy in the world. Call this person talking about you and call this person over here and on social media hating on you and tearing your name down. But they won't tell people about what you did for them. They won't tell people about how you turn their lights on. They won't tell people about how you changed and transformed their life. They won't say a word when it comes to that. People are so quiet about all of the positive things you do. But the moment that you do something that's out of alignment with what they wanted in that moment, all of a sudden you got all this energy now. Where'd you get all this energy from? But you don't carry that same energy, and they'll kick dirt on you with the very shoes you bought. I ain't gonna walk all across my name with the shoes I put on your feet. I put you in position to do the things you're doing. You tearing my name down. You got to be careful with that. Like I said again, you got people that, yeah. Come on, Red. We got to let them know. Truth knocking loud. What's up, Monica? So good to see, beloved. Yeah, be the one closer to. It's and that doesn't make sense. Like I said again, you got people right now that they watching your life, they pattern their life after your life. They all these things is coming from you. But it's like, come on, what are we doing here, man? It's just, and won't say anything. Get on the phone and talk to a person straight about everything that they think you're not. But they won't give that same energy to everything you did for them and all the time and energy you spent and all the investments that you made in this person, how you did turn this person's life, how you did took this person's mind from down here, from the basement to the motherfucking penthouse. Ain't gonna say a word about that. Won't mention a word about that. I'm talking about won't say a word. But got all of the energy in the world to try to convert somebody and to carry in the energy that they carry towards you. This is why I tell people this all the time, man. The moment that you call me and you want to have a conversation with me about somebody else, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to know what happened. I don't want to know. And let me tell you why I say that. The reason why I'm telling you that is this. You're only telling. Let me turn your game up real quick. You're talking to a real great white right now. That person is only telling you that because their water has been cut off. That's why they're telling you. Because when everything was in alignment with the person that they talking to you about, they didn't say anything. Catch the game that I'm telling you. Catch the game and the manipulation. When that person was in perfect alignment with the person that they disrespected their name for, When that person was in perfect alignment, they didn't say anything to you. They saw you, had access to you, never mentioned a word. But the moment that they stopped getting what they wanted, the moment that their water got cut off, the moment that that person disconnected the relationship and didn't want anything to do with them, all of a sudden, now they want to have a conversation with you. And they're having the conversation with you because they're trying to poison your mind because their water has been cut off. But because they're out of the relationship with that person, they want you to join them over here in this pool where don't nobody want to deal with them anymore. And you so blind that you don't see it. Blind as hell. Stevie Wonder blind. Now wait a minute. You sitting here giving this person all this praise when the relationship was intact, when the relationship was perfect, all this praise you had. But the moment that that person cut you off, all of a sudden you got all the worst things in the world to say. But you're calling me to say it. And what you're calling me to do is you trying to convert me into what you are. And you don't see that. See, you can't call me and tell me about someone when the relationship was perfect. You didn't tell me that. So why are you telling me now? Why are you telling me now? Why now? If you felt that way about this person, you should have told me that in the beginning. Why are you telling me now? Because I got cut off. That's why I'm telling you. Because the relationship has been detached. That's why I'm telling you. Because I no longer have the access to the person like I used to have access to the person. That's why I'm telling you. I'm telling you because I want you to feel how I feel. That's why I'm telling you. Not to benefit you, because I'm not trying to protect you, because if I really cared about you, I would have told you about that person in the beginning. I would have told you all those things in the beginning if I really cared about you. So it's not because I care. We ain't gonna live in that lie. I'm not telling you this because I care. I'm telling you this because I'm trying to get you to see the situation through my filter. Not because I care about you. Don't ever get that confused. When people get cut off from things, they're not telling you because they care about you. Get out of your illusion. They're telling you because now they want you to see the situation the way they see it. They want you to stop messing with the person because they no longer have access to the person. And you become so blind in that moment that you listening to the person. Talk about you confused now. You on the phone talking to other people trying to find out what the truth is. Did you get the truth in the beginning? Because if you didn't get the truth in the beginning, you ain't getting it now. Period. Tell me how people move, man. The minute you get cut off, all of a sudden you got all this news. You ain't had no news when you wasn't cut off. You don't find that alarming? You had no news when you weren't cut off. You had no news when the relationship was perfect. You had no news when everything is intact. But the moment that everything gets cut, all of a sudden you got all this news now. Same news you had in the beginning. All of a sudden you got all this breaking news. Had it in the beginning though, but you didn't care about me enough in the beginning to tell me in the beginning because there wasn't nothing to tell. Everything you telling me, you creating right now. But you ain't game tight enough to understand that. You got to be game tight, man. You got to be game tight. People tell you things when they're ready to tell you, A, because they make this stuff up, or B, and most importantly, because they never cared about you in the beginning. That person wants you to see the situation through their side so they can poison your mind about that person. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to poison your mind about that particular person. You sitting here listening to it. I don't entertain that. I don't entertain none of that. You can't tell me nothing about somebody I know. Nothing. I don't want to know about it. If you didn't tell me about it in the beginning, don't tell me about it now. That's my rule. If you didn't tell me in the beginning, don't tell me now. Because the only reason why you telling me now is because you try to manipulate me right now. Stop playing with me. Hang up my phone. That part right there, turning heads. That part right there, beloved. I'm telling you what's real. People will play with you. They're going to tell you something because they've been cut off. That's why they're telling you. And if that relationship was still intact, you wouldn't know nothing because there ain't nothing to know. That part right there, Silver CEO, that part right there, beloved, there's nothing to know. You can't tell me about anybody I rock with. You can't tell me a thing. You can't tell me nothing. And in fact, the moment you start talking to them, say, well, let me get them on three-way real quick. So we ain't got to have all this secrecy going on. And watch how the whole temperature change. Watch how the whole conversation change. That's what you do. See, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna say, oh, well, let me get that person on. Because here I got a whole phone. I got a smartphone. It's smart as hell. So let me use this smartphone to pull this person into this call. So that way they're not blindsided by this information. So the information is so powerful, since you carrying so much truth. Let me pull them into the call. Say it in front of them. If you badass, say it in front of them. Don't say it in secrecy. So I'm carrying your secrets now. No, say it in front of that person. If you got it to say it in front of them. And don't let us be in a room. Because the moment you start talking, I'm saying, well, there they go right there. Let's go talk to them right now. Oh, well, wait a minute. Nah, see, you can't do that with me. They're standing right there. Let's go talk to them. I don't want to carry your secrets. See, that's how you get people. That's how you get people to stop pulling you in the mess. You stop letting people's problems rent space in your mind for free. The problem live in your mind. Don't try to let it rent my space in my mind. I don't have a problem with the person that you got all these secrets about. I don't have a problem with them. You do. Let me see. What's that? What's that? Somebody pin that narcissistic comment up there for me real quick. I need to see that. I appreciate that, beloved. I need to see that. Let me see what that says. That's important. I like that word. Oh, okay. Okay, Sammy, that was you that said that. Okay, I thought that was somebody else. Thought I was gonna catch somebody slipping. Ooh, you know that great white. You know that great, right? That boy be looking. Look at Tom. That great white boy, he looking. Nah, it ain't real. Cosmic G. I thought I had one on the hook. I thought I had one on the hook. I said, oh, I caught a fish. I caught a fish. But that's family right there, so I didn't catch nothing. Yeah, I was gonna like that. I was gonna like that hook up though. That hook was about to be, yeah. We was gonna tear that hook up. All right, let's get into this. Let me say what I need to say. Quit playing. Turning heads, I thought we had one. Turning heads, I thought we had one, beloved. I thought we had one. I thought we had one. I was about to go in. Thought we had one. April, right? Look at April. She rolled. All right. Let me get into this. Let me get back into this live. Oh, Elizabeth, you're welcome. You're welcome, beloved. Yeah, Silver CEO, I thought we had one, beloved. Yeah, that lion, boy. That lion, he going after everything. He going after everything. Okay, let's get it. Let's get back into this live. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. Let's turn up. Sefe, come on. You already, Sefe, you know we hunting, man. Sefe, we hunting, Sefe. All right. So again, one more time, real quick. I promise. Man, they jumping in this live. Y'all, you guys can't see it. There'd be so many people. What's up, Quana? So good to see you. Somebody said, why are you so arrogant? That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to say. All of that comes from the arrangement of your mind, but yeah. You can only see something in someone that exists in you first. So whatever you see in someone else, you are only able to see it because it lives in you. So you got to be careful when you say stuff. Yeah. Anything you see in someone else, you're only able to see it in them because it lives in you first. So you got to be careful when you throwing your little opinions out there. That part right there, Red. I just told you guys that you got to have your greatness on display. What you call arrogance, somebody else calls greatness on display. All of it's coming from the arrangement of your mind, though. That's what's important. And I appreciate that person saying that because what do we talk about, you guys? You got to be emotionally bulletproof. You know, people are going to always project their opinions. They're going to project, and that arrangement of your mind, you guys have to understand that. You know, it's really an important thing because it's how you see the world. You see the world through the arrangement of your mind, and your mind is arranged based upon your programming and conditioning, based upon your pain, based upon your ego. Based upon your reputation, based upon the masks that you wear, your childhood traumas, all of that is your programming and conditioning. Your programming and conditioning is what contributes to the arrangement of your mind. The arrangement of your mind is the filter that you see or the glasses that you see the world through. So that person, I don't hold them, I don't feel any type of way about what they said because it's all coming from the arrangement of their mind. Right. And so when people say things, it's really a reflection of their programming and conditioning. So you don't take anything personal because you understand that. Right. You got to understand you got two things working in your life right now. Country Onion, I see you, family. You got two things working in your life right now. You got your programming and conditioning, and then you got the arrangement of your mind. Two completely different things. But one is what contributes to the other. So your program of conditioning is what creates the arrangement of your mind, and then your arrangement of your mind is how you see the world. It's what your beliefs are predicated on. It's what your thoughts are predicated on. It's your attitude, your self-concept. All of that is coming from the arrangement of your mind, and the arrangement of your mind is what creates the mental checklist that you have when you walk through the world, right? So anytime you reject someone, it's coming from that mental checklist, which is coming from the arrangement of your mind, which is coming from your program and conditioning. Once you understand all of that, everything changes. All right, let me get getting busy. I may have said something and I may have said a whole lot of nothing all at the same time. Just depends on who's listening. Yeah, Cash, it's okay, honey man. I appreciate that, my brother. Because sometimes we just say, sometimes something may make sense in my mind, and boom, honey man, you triggered something. I tell you guys, you can be triggered positively or negatively, but he just triggered me positively. That's why no two people love the same. Boom. That's where I was going with that. That's why no two people love the same. That's why no two people have the same definition of love or the same definition of happiness or the same definition of peace or joy. Well, why? Well, because it's coming from the arrangement of their mind. Well, what is the arrangement of their mind coming from? Their programming and conditioning, which means whatever the relationship was with their parents, their childhood traumas, failed relationships, the heartbreak, if they got bullied, all of that creates the arrangement of your mind. And so that's where your love is coming from. That whatever brand of love you're offering the world is coming from that. Whatever your definition of happiness is coming from that. Whatever your definition of beauty is coming from that. Whatever your definition of a nice person is, it's all coming from that. And when you understand that, when you start looking at people not through how they are, but through the arrangement of their mind, you really start to see who that person is. So that's why no two people. So I can promise you this right now. Whatever it is you call love, I can guarantee you, I don't even have to know you to know this. Your partner has a different definition of that. Whatever you call happiness, your partner has a different definition of that. Because it's all coming from the arrangement of their mind, which is coming from their programming and conditioning. So they're going to have two different. So the brand of love that you are looking for, your partner may think, well, I'm giving you the best love I know how. And they're not lying to you. They're being honest with you. They really are. That's the best they know how. Because it's all coming from the arrangement of your mind, right? Which is coming from, we talk about the thief, the beggar, and the billionaire. All have the same mind, but they have a different arrangement of the same mind. That part right there, they're at their capacity. But again, can it change? Yeah, absolutely, it can change. Of course, it can change. But in that moment, the way that their mind is arranged is how they are seeing the world. They are loving you based upon the arrangement of their mind, which is coming from their programming conditioning. Whatever level of happiness that you're experiencing with that person, again, it's coming from that. So when you understand that, it just changes the way. I don't knock people. I can't knock you for being more. That's like me being mad at you because you're not taller. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Why would I be mad at you because you're not taller? That's not something that you can control. But the same thing applies to our programming and conditioning. I can't knock you for what you experienced in your past. Because the way you show up for me is all going to be predicated on that. All right, let me get busy. All right, let's go. The heaviest thing you will ever carry in your life is the weight of your purpose. This is, nothing is, ooh. Listen to what I'm saying. The heaviest thing you will ever carry in your life is the weight of your purpose. And that's why most people don't pick it up. When you awaken to your purpose, it's going to challenge you to shift. It's going to challenge you to transform. It's going to challenge you to evolve in a way that's unmatched by anything in your life. There is not a single thing in your life that is heavier than the weight of your purpose, because the weight of your purpose is the reason why you were created. It's specifically why God built you. Nothing will compare, not your PhDs, not your MBAs, not whatever degrees and certifications you've received on the side. Nothing even, it's actually disrespectful to even compare anything. Nothing compares. Nothing compares. I'm an example of that. I'm operating out of my purpose right now. I'm operating out of the thing or from the thing that God created me to do. So I'm doing my thing. And what's beautiful about that is there's no time here. When I'm here, time doesn't exist. When I'm here, pain doesn't exist. Suffering doesn't exist. What's wrong in the world doesn't exist. Nothing matters. It wakes you up in the morning. See, what happens is that we go out chasing the things that the world has programmed and conditioned us to chase. And then you go out and get those things. But when you go get those things, you don't feel fulfilled. Yeah, you hit the goals. Yeah, you got the degrees. And yeah, you got the kids. And yeah, you got the career. And yeah, you got it, but you still felt empty in the end. So you can go and achieve success, outside of your purpose all day long. But what you're going to discover is that you won't feel fulfilled. You still feel empty. You still feel like something is missing. So then you're like, okay, well, let me get, let me go after another promotion. Let me go back. Let me go get another degree. Let me add something else to myself. And you're going to continue adding things to yourself until you realize that no matter what you add, the problem is not what you're adding to yourself. The problem is that you're not operating out of your purpose. So you're going to feel empty inside. I don't give a damn. It doesn't have nothing to do with how much money you're making. It has nothing to do with if you have $1 in your account or $1 million. It doesn't have anything to do with that. None of the things that you're going after, none of the things that you are chasing are going to matter until you are operating out of your purpose. Happiness means I'm operating out of my purpose. Love means I'm